So here we are again. It's us again. And Sylvia has a really great surprise for us today. She hasn't told me the topic. I know nothing about it. What is it, Sylvia?
So the topic today is called ayahuasca. And if I'm saying that wrong, forgive me because everyone that knows me knows that that's my pet peeve. My struggle is words. So I might have the right intention, which is the most important part behind the words. And if I say them incorrectly, it is what it is. So
It is what
ayahuasca.
it is. I think you say it right. But what kind of ayahuasca do you mean? Like
So
a medicine?
ayahuasca, yeah, it's a plant-based medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I wanted to share about ayahuasca is because I am seeing more and more clients that are asking me about ayahuasca.
Mm-hmm. And your answer is?
My answer is, first of all, if they haven't done ayahuasca, what it is and the reason why they want to do ayahuasca. And the second question that has been coming in front of me in the last few months has been people that have done
Mm.
ayahuasca and they have done a session with me and they refer to the session with me. I wish I would have known about you before I did ayahuasca. And
Before
some
you
of them
did
were
it?
some of them were actually ready to do their second journey or ceremony in ayahuasca. And then they ended up finding myself or, doing some of this work. And they're amazed at the similarities.
Mm.
And that's the reason I'm here.
Okay.
Because,
Can you first share the similarities or the differences? Let's start with the differences first.
okay, so uh, of course, Theodora, I am not a person that would have ever even known about ayahuasca until my clients brought it on what I call my radar.
Mm-hmm.
So in the searching and studying of what ayahuasca is, that plant-based medicine, and the reason why 99% of the clients have done the medicine is because they want to heal a part of themselves.
Mm.
Hence, that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
When I work with clients, one of the first things I make sure they understand, it's not a buffet. It's tell me what it is. One thing that we can really go into and give you that feeling like, yes, that's now in the past,
Mm-hmm.
right? So a soul journey is very similar to ayahuasca. So you're asking me the similarities first or the differences? I forget.
I think we should start with the similarities. Yeah. Let's say similarities first.
Okay, so the
Because
similarities
I think we should focus on the differences afterwards.
Okay, so the similarities to what I do in Soul Journeys and the similarities in doing what they call an ayahuasca ceremony is just really spending time with yourself to
Mm-hmm.
get understanding of what it is that you're dealing with, the why you're dealing with it, and then receiving that feeling. And most of the people that have done these journeys, they can't speak into words what has taken place during their ceremony. It's a feeling thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in our sessions, when I first started, it was more about the words because, I'm still learning and growing. And every client I work with helps me to understand things better. And at the end of sessions, I would have clients sitting in front of me here on Zoom and I would say, how are you feeling? They're like, they don't say anything. They just have this expression on their face and this energy. And as you know, with my background of being able to see auras, it's like they light up like Christmas trees. And that's
So if I understand
exactly,
well, the people who had already tried ayahuasca in the real medicine could
yeah,
gave you this insight.
yes.
All right. Okay.
So
Okay.
they have. I mean, I never was a person that wanted to do that. And when you read about it and you hear about the experiences these people have on the bonus parts of what we do, it's like, yes, I mean, it sounds wonderful. The things that they have to do to get there is what they tell me. Yeah, that's why they love doing a soul journey versus doing a plant-based medicine that causes a lot of, yeah, it's kind of scary, at least for me. I mean, this Sylvia as a soul would not go there. And I really like the way that, I do this work, you do this work. And yeah, and you get the same results. So that's the piece that I really like. That's the similar. I've yet to hear anybody, I mean, minus the negative pieces.
So
And
why would somebody choose a session with you
yeah.
instead of doing the medicine, using the medicine?
See, I guess I wouldn't say why they would choose. I would never make it about a choice. I would just explain what it is we do and leave it up to them to make that decision so that they feel empowered. And I think that's the whole thing that makes it similar.
Yeah. So why would somebody?
Because it's so much more gentle. It's so much more graceful. And don't get me wrong, I love reading and hearing all the stories from my clients that have done ayahuasca and the setting up for ayahuasca, the journaling that they did prior to, so that when they went into these ceremonies with shamans, I love that they did it in a group setting and they felt very taken care of, that they had shamans that went around and helped people. The part of it that really would make me want to do what we do, especially, the soul journeys, is that it's, if you're on a session or in a session with a group of people and you're taking people into this very traumatic experience and they have this medicine in these ceremonies, they call it purging. I don't know about you. I know the Sylvia, hearing somebody else literally purging and vomiting, that would, I mean, I don't know how I would go deep and I don't really want to know. So what we do is just very graceful. It's very easy. There's no side effects.
And do the clients remember what came up afterwards?
It's really nice because it has a charge, and I can refer to it that way, because prior to the session with me, I believe every single thing that's happened to us is stored in our body, right? And when we go into the soul journey, we take them back to the time that they maybe first had that feeling, if it's where they don't have confidence or where whatever their issue is, if the first time they had this PTSD. So you go back to that in a very graceful way, and we uncover it by looking at it, not reliving it. I believe that ayahuasca, and I can only say this from what my clients shared with me, I mean, they're in it. Their bodies are in it. And there's ways that we've been trained to take people in the body without, like, really that. I mean, I listened to a guy that told me he experienced ayahuasca. He would never do it again. Now, I don't know. There's a fine line. Some people that I spoke with, some of our colleagues, they love it. They said it was so easy and so fast. And once they got past the fear, they got that euphoria feeling like, you can go out into the world and do anything. I believe that we can do that in our session. That's what I have had experience with. Every time I go into a session and go back to that part of my soul that's like stuck, I leave and it's like, I feel like not only do I have new wings, but the expansion of those wings.
That's great. Do you also train coaches, colleagues, how to do
that's,
it?
Group trainings happen because of clients like yourself. I would never have thought I would love that, but being with a group of people, and I do groups of 12 because there's a special energy with 12, and it allows us to have that connection. That's why we're here. And that's the greatest gift that humans seek in doing ayahuasca. They want to connect with themselves. So absolutely. And I love doing trainings with groups and helping colleagues understand how important it is to understand what it is we see, hear, feel, taste.
Yeah. Because even
That's
coaches, even coaches and your fellow colleagues
oh, absolutely,
need
absolutely.
some
Yeah.
kind of guidance.
Not only do they need guidance, I need guidance. So we're all
All of
learning
us.
together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And opening a space and doing soul journeys. Theodora, what you would bring to a soul journey and what I bring to a soul journey, every other soul there learns from that. It's amazing. It's like, everybody's like, wow, like
Yeah.
everything you say, it feels like it was made for me.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. And most of realizations come after we finish the sessions, 3 days after, 4 days after.
No, that's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool that you say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's a similarity with ayahuasca because when you're in it, it's from what I've heard, it's not a lot of fun. When you get to the other side of it, that's the beauty. And the nice thing that we do is, and this is the thing that 99% of the people that have done ayahuasca told me, is after the ceremony and they work with these shamans and they have this beautiful feeling of, they look at a flower and the flower has texture now and they can smell it like they've never smelled it before. It's like everything is turned up and then they're plopped back into their environment. That can be a really scary thing.
Yeah.
We give our clients the tool to take with them to keep them really tuned into that energy. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. If people cannot navigate in that, this could be a trauma in itself.
That was
Come
me.
back.
Right. So what I've learned doing this work and learning from the amazing clients that have trusted and honored me with the privilege to work with them is that I did try to do this. I've hypnotized myself. I've done, journeys back into my past. And when you're in it, you can't ask yourself those questions from that discerning energy so that you go deeper. It's almost like, okay, I see it and I would touch it. And then I'd come back. And it feels good because I saw something when we hold hands.
Yeah. Yeah. We need a
And
guide.
we go,
Yes.
oh
We
yeah.
need a guide, a facilitator and a guide. Yeah, definitely.
And it's a very just like the similarities with ayahuasca, you have to form that trust. And listen, you know this, Theodora, there's nothing we do. It's you.
It's the client. The client does all the work.
And I can honestly say, I learned this from working with a client. The mom and dad really wanted their son to heal, right?
Yeah.
And we did just about everything to get this young man in front of us. He didn't want it.
He didn't want it. Yeah.
Fast forward a year when he hit bottom and he went to his dad and said, hey, I need help. And then we did the session. It was totally different. That's really was.
That's when it works.
Yeah. And I promised myself, and this is the truth, I have yet since that day work with a client that I didn't sit in front of and explain exactly what we do and say, are you willing to do this? Because it won't work. You're wasting your money. Yeah. And to be honest with you, you're wasting my time. And I don't want that energy on me. So we're really upfront. I know I am. I'm sure you are as well.
How ready should they be on a scale of 1 to 10 in order for you to start working with them?
That's a really great question, Theodora.
Because I tell them if they say something like 7 or 8, I say, well, you can come back after you have crossed 9. Come back to me. I'll be here. I'll be around after you have crossed 9.
And can I ask you why?
Because I want them to invest not only their money, but their energy into that and know
Oh,
what they're doing, why they're doing it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Many people are ready to invest their money in a session, but they are not willing to give their energy. They believe that the therapist or the coach is going to do the work. No, that's not how it works. It's never going to work like that. Even with the best coach in the world, it's never going to work. The coach is not going to do the work for you.
Oh, I love that. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. For me and doing soul journeys, I love giving my clients, I don't like to say the word homework because, you know, it triggers especially some young people, right? Yeah. So
Actions.
I call it soul work.
Okay. Sounds better.
And yeah, it does sound better. And that young adults and adults in us that, you know, go back to those school days with that word, it's a trigger. So the soul work is really critical because it gives them ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I really liked your analogy because I work with clients that say they're an 8.
Mm.
And I liked yours. That was really cool because it is an investment of their energy. And yes, the money, people will come and you know, because I work with a lot of young men, you know, 28, 31, they run their own businesses and money is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they come to me because, you know they need support and we'll do a discovery for free. And they'll say, when I tell them what the fee is, some of them like gasp, you know? And it's because money is so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I see that, I'll say, what's going on? And they'll say, well, that's a lot of money. And I said, the beautiful part about what we do, at least in a soul journey, is you can revisit that. You can upgrade that.
Yeah.
You can take that not only from our session into every aspect of your life, and it will change your destiny.
Yeah.
That's what when I was younger, when I was 21, if I told you the courses that I invested in, and I would like, oh, I was on fire, and then I was plopped back into my environment, into my home, and within a week, the old Sylvia came back. Right?
No new software.
So it's beautiful to do a soul journey because not only do we take them back, give them understanding, but you actually have tools that you can navigate forward, grabbing them whenever you need them. And they're so easy because I was literally ADHD. You need things to be very simple. Ayahuasca, that's why people buy it. They think, oh, I'm going to go in, I'm going to take this pill.
Yeah. They're looking for the quick fix.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And ayahuasca is not a pill. It's a plant medicine. And the piece, I mean, they literally blow into the medicine, these shamans. And when they blow into the medicine, the person is told, okay, this is for you. It's being infused with your light, your energy. Now, if you were to believe that, you're golden, right? Because you believe that medicine is made for you and it's going to heal you. If you take that and you put that in your heart, you come out on the other end and you are healed.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
And this young guy that I work with recently, he was hilarious because he said he went to this because a group of his friends were doing it, you know, the same old, same old. And he said, when the shaman blew in that, he thought, oh my God, they came over and I guess, I don't know the whole thing, but I guess they add like intense, they add more plant medicine if you're not getting that euphoria. And he said, yeah, they just gave up. I packed my bags and went home.
Mm.
There it is.
Yeah.
So why not just believe that you can do this and have someone guide you there?
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And I believe the Sylvia in the past used to think it was here.
Mm-hmm.
The Sylvia today knows it's here in the heart. And now I'm feeling it in the gut.
In God. These three brains need to be connected.
You said it.
Yeah.
You're the teacher.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Would
So,
you do it, Theodora?
the journey with you?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
The journey with you, definitely.
Would you try a plant medicine called
No.
ayahuasca?
No. I was never interested in such a thing. Although I've heard and I've seen so many videos and I've heard so many podcasts of people who tried, it never caught my attention. And said,
So if I
oh,
stood
what
in
if I
front of
tried
you,
it? I've never asked myself, what if I tried it? Because
oh,
I believe I'm connected anyway. I don't need medicine to connect with my source, whatever.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So if this person stood in front of you and said to you, by taking this plant medicine, you will have your happy ever after.
I have it. I don't need the medicine. I have it.
It's that brain. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Oh, awesome.
Okay. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, everybody.
Theodora.
We're looking forward to your comments and give us more ideas for our next sessions.
And listen, I need you guys to really engage here and like put your hand up. You know, my kids taught me use those reactions, you know, put a heart.
Yeah,
let us
don't
know
just
that
send us personal messages.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yay.